Hey folks, it's your host I2I35, and welcome to another episode of the Correcting SolRosenberg84 series, where I plan on reviewing every single one of Mike's videos all the way from the beginning till the end. And nothing says quite like someone who wants to superimpose some superstitious cult like Catholicism over on people like me, when basically Catholicism has a long history of sexual perverseness, anger, and corruption, and in no way is it similar to the gospel of Christ, which teaches love and forgiveness. And there's a lot of people who come out of this system and taught evolution can really end up a lot like a lot of movie stars in the public or SolRosenberg84. But in no way is Catholicism comparable to the gospel of Christ. It is basically a false cult based on Roman, Alexandrian, Constantinian, Egyptian doctrine, which basically was brought up in order to counteract true Christian growth. But anyway, in this video it says creationist evidence, and this is what he has to say about it.
Rosenberg84 here, and in an earlier video I promised I'd stop doing videos on creationism.
Well, that sounds kind of good, because you really you hardly ever get it right when talking about it. You hardly you just blast it, and you don't really seem to want to look at it for yourself.
It's a waste of time.
No, it's not a waste of time. It's basically good research and good deciphering and good logic brought up. I mean, come on. Basically, creationists work their butts off to be right all the time, and most branches of science were started by Bible-believing creationists anyway.
There is no debate between intelligent, informed people on whether scientifically provable empirical events take.
Yeah, I agree. There is no debate in science. What's established is established in science, and evolutionism is a pseudo-scientific theory that is like 200 years behind in science.
First off, it's just so fucking stupid, it just shouldn't have to. There you go.
Yeah, you think it's so stupid. Yeah, you just think it's so stupid. You just want to put the word stupid on it. Well, a lot of people thought that, you know, Thomas Edison's dream of making inventions for a lot of people, they thought he was stupid. People thought Robert Ripley was stupid, and Robert Ripley said, yes, like, I enjoy being called a liar because there's nothing stranger than the truth, alright?
So I've been getting a lot of messages lately from the creationist who thinks they're well-informed. These are the ones who give you little things, well, how do you explain the dinosaur bone fragment, the human footprint in this magma? How do you explain all this thing?
Alright, now you're getting silly.
Carbon dating. It doesn't work, dear friends. No, it doesn't. It's all part of a scientific, huge scam. They're a scam. It's a conspiracy. The scientists, that's right, the critical people, they're all in a conspiracy to trick all of us to get away from Jeebus, because they're evil.
I've never called any scientist evil. I've just called them misinformed, or just basically ignorant, which may be fine, because ignorance can be fixed. Stupid is forever, but ignorance can be fixed, no problem. And all this dinosaur footprint and stuff like that, yeah, dinosaur bones and human bones have been found together in the same rock strata. And if they supposedly each layer is a different age, is just nonsense. What we find, the fact is, all this evidence, which you think is stupid, the evidence is pointing directly the whole other way. Those dinosaur footprints in Glen Rose, Texas, were under there, and basically these were giant footprints by giant people, and basically there were giants back in the earth in those days. And that's a logical thing to do if you're following a herd of animals to kill them off for food or stuff like that. Why are you thinking like we're pretending or whatever? Some kind of film industry went over there to film the dig, but they didn't want to show any evidence, stuff like. Basically, a lot of evolutionists have already been told in school, like, oh, how to view this and how to view that. You call this stupid, you call that alright, or whatever. Evolutionism is not part of science, it's a religion, and they defend their worldview with religious fervor and zeal. If it was real science, it would be open to all observations, but they totally willingly discredit any evidence that goes against their theory. The fact is, in science, if you got a theory, and the facts don't agree with your theory, then throw your theory away. They would have thrown out evolution a long time ago, except they don't have anything to replace it with except creation.
Misinterpretations
misinterpretations. Well, how is it going to be interpreted in the evolutionism form? This is one of many reasons why evolutionists can have a hard time explaining these things. You say, oh, these are long debunked kind of thing. Well, I could show you a lot of places where evolution has been debunked. I could, I'll tell you about this in a minute. But all this supposed, yeah, you say this has been long debunked. How is it in evolutionism? Basically, the evidence is pointing directly the other way. It makes sense in the creation concept that dinosaurs were first called dragons and lived with people. And they were mostly killed off because they were thought that they were most ferocious looking ones.
Complete and utter bullshit. Oversimplifications. Just heaps and heaps of long debunked shit. And you know what I can tell them?
Long debunked. Very funny. Truth is valid. You can debunk truth.
Is before you send me a message thinking that you've got the perfect fight against the evil.
I don't fight. I just want to simply show them the evidence. I don't like fighting with people, okay? Look who's talking when you say, like, a fight against someone. You yourself seem to be fighting with us.
Evolutionists and the neo-Darwinist hordes. Make sure that you actually go to a creationist claim index. There's one at talkorigins.org. Just go to the site, click on index, and then click on creationist claim index. You won't get your soul taken by the devil by going to the site there, buddy. Just at least go check your before you send it to me, because it saves me a lot of time and a lot of blood pressure.
I could equally say the same thing about you. There's one at answersingenesis.org about the top 10 myths about evolution, while all these claims are basically unscientific and logical fallacies. And at talkorigins.org, all these supposed claims, basically they might want to basically think that they can, debunk us or whatever. But what if our side is based upon truth and what is going on in the big picture? Basically, I am trying to base all my position on facts. If there's something I cannot, give evidence for, there's always going to be some evidence out there, some answer out there that I have not talked about. So, that's all I had to say for this video. So, peace out, keep thinking, Jesus bless you, and TTFN, ta-ta for now.